Hey everyone, this is Zelda, and you are watching Zelda Sews. I am so excited. Today is Friday, and it is February 2nd. We are finally in February. The January month brought us a little bit of snow, but not much here in Ohio. It's cool, but it's above freezing, and it feels good. I know for you Floridians, if it's 50, it's cold. Well, it's 45 here and it feels like a heat wave, and I absolutely love it. Not a heat wave, but it feels really, really good because the temperature of 3 and 5, 40 feels great. So, anyway, this is where we share Friday Sews, our makes, our plans, and a little bit about life. And thank you to Jen for who created this hashtag. We get an opportunity as sewists to come together and share what we are doing in our week. Well, this week I did more sewing than I thought I was going to get done. Nothing to bring to you completely yet because I made a couple of muslins, and I've been working on this right here, Butterick 6804, and I'm working on WIP. I like this because I'll just put the picture up here. It gives you options for B, C, and D cups, and that does help. And I still ended up doing a full bust adjustment on the pattern. And when I cut everything out, when I did my measurements, I didn't fall in the measurements on the back of the pattern. So I said, oh, I've heard that they run big, but this was a woven fabric I'm using. And I'll show you a little bit of what I've done so far. I've got the top. I'm working on the rest. This, I have to fix that right in there. But other than that, I got a little bit of sewing done. I got the top done. I have the bottom, but not put together. The first muslin I did, the toile, it was very snug. And I don't like snug at all. I don't like snug. So I added a half an inch using the pivot and slide method. And so I ended up adding extra 2 inches to my top. I wasn't going to put the darts in because I didn't think I had enough room in the waist according to the measurements on the back of the pattern. I said no. So when I made the top without the darts, and I made the bottom without the darts, and it was just way too big. So I said, I have room. So I put in my darts. Let me see, did I put it? Yeah, I put in my dart down here. So I just tried it on over me and it fit. It fit. It's a little loose. I like loose. I don't like snug. So once I get it all together, I'll feel better. But I did 2 toiles, and then I ended up cutting out my fabric here, and I'm working on this dress. I love the material. I picked this up at a shop in Indiana, in Shipshewana, last year. And so this falls into another category of what do I have in my hand, because I have not went to the store. I did not say I am on a fabric ban. I'm just using what I have because I have such pretty fabric. Now that I know what I have using the Stash Hub app, it's really nice to see what I have. So that was one that I picked out to make a dress with a couple of years ago, and it's just been sitting in my closet. So now it is actually sitting in storage. Now it's out, it's being loved, and I can't wait to see what the dress looks like. So you'll see what it looks like next week. And I'll give a review on this after I have finished doing everything. Just on this right here, I was getting a little frustrated with this right here, but it's much better. This I accidentally pinned wrong, so I have to fix that. But it's nice and beautifully pressed, and I picked up a hint from a YouTuber. Her name is Alex Neuf. I might be ruining her last name. Neuf. And she had a video she put out, how to get good at sewing. She's a smaller channel, but she does home sewing. She works in the sewing industry, and she's really good at what she does. And I just really like her. Well, she said something. She was talking about what pressing was, and she said when your fabric is doing all kinds of wonky things and you haven't pressed it right, or you made an attempt at ironing, which ironing and pressing are two different things. She said, "Nuh-uh, honey. The trick is smothering it with a hot iron until it bends to your will. That's what pressing is." And I just got the most kick out of that. So I pulled out my ham and I put that fabric over there and I ironed it, and I was pressing it until it did what I wanted it to do, and it's beautifully creased, and I'm happy I purchased this. That was the first time I actually used this thing. I was thinking about getting the long one, but I take a towel and roll up. I don't know. I may end up getting one. We'll see. But this works. This works wonderfully around the curves and the darts. And I used it for the dart. Yes, I'm sorry. I've used this for darts, ironing my darts. But yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. That is all I have been working on for this week. I want to make a key bowl because I see keys that are laying down on a table downstairs, and I don't want the keys to scratch the table. So I'm thinking about just making a little bowl for the keys to sit in. That way it's just something cute and pretty down there. Or I'll make it more handsome for my husband so it's not girly. That way he can throw his keys in there and not worry about throwing them in a flower bowl. But most of the fabric I have has flowers in it, but I'll find some checkered fabric somewhere. Let me see, what else has gone on? I've been keeping up with my journal. I've been writing in my journal. I love these pens because I write in here. I like to see different colors, and it draws my attention to seeing where I leave off. I put the date, but I actually just like to journal, like sewing journal, just anything that's going on sewing related that's on my mind. I will use my journal for. I put down my measurements, and I did remeasure. That was what I said. I'm not sure if I said that. I had remeasured, and I was larger. So I ended up wondering, let me see. I made a copy of this. So the back, actually, they don't give you the finished. It says finished garment measurement. It says dress B width. Width of what? Waist. I don't know. because it goes up to, it says 85.5. I'm not that wide across, but maybe at the bottom it was that way. But on the pattern, it did give me the finished garment for the bust and the waist and the hip. So that was very helpful. I'm going to finish working on that. That's the goal for this week. I'm going to finish working on that. Next week, I'm going to make a bowl. I do want to still make the face cloths, the little face cloths that Sam mentioned in her video during Vlogmas. I have the material, I have everything, I just haven't cut it out. I've been grandmommy, and that takes up more of my time, so I don't get a chance to sew as much as I'd like to, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm enjoying being grandma. Love, love, love. Okay, I think, and I told you my serger is working beautiful. I am so happy. I have not unthreaded it to rethread again. I will, because when I change over to a darker thread, I'm going to cut it and I'm going to rethread it myself. That's the goal. All right. There is two things I want to bring up. One is just someone said this and I heard it and I wrote it down and I liked it. It says, if you feel like doing the wrong thing, do the right thing anyway. Trust God. And you are not getting away without a scripture. I'm going to read, I marked it. Okay, Psalm 116, verse 1 and verse 2. It says, I love the Lord because he hath heard my voice and my supplications. Because he hath inclined his ear unto me, therefore I will call upon him as long as I live. As long as I live, I will call upon him. Will you? Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. I will see you in the comments, and you'll see me on my next upload. Bye for now.